Good afternoon, everyone. Welcome to episode number 69 of the Project 2020 show. We have Gregory Siff dropping his Willie Mays and Grotesque with his Mike Trout. These are also the 99th and 100th cards we've covered on this show. So we're going to talk about those cards, and I have some news to share. All that and more in 1 second. Welcome back to my channel, and welcome back to my channel, and welcome to the home of Project 2020 here on YouTube. My name is Chris, otherwise known as @CRT_Sportscards on Twitter and Instagram. And if you want the best website for all of your Project 2020 news and stats, go to CRTSportscards.com. But it's Tuesday morning, a very, very exciting release date. We have Gregory Siff with his Willie Mays and Mike Trout being released by Grotesk. This is difficult to pick, but let's jump right into it. Let's jump into my second favorite card of the day, and I want to clear the record. It is not a crab holding up the image with its pinchers. It is a trout on each side holding up a trout. So it's three trouts, which is fantastic when you think about my original, a love and appreciation for the Grotesque cards. It is triple trouts. It is not a crab with pinchers holding up Mike Trout, which actually makes no sense. But in the moment last night when I saw the photo and then I shared it, I just saw the two eyes and thought it was the pinchers. But let's take a look at Grotesque to this point and then talk about Mike Trout. So this is Grotesque's 10th card in the set, another artist at that 50% mark. We saw him most recently with Ted Williams, and then before that, the Ichiro. When you think of print runs, his largest print run is under 9,000, which is very rare. His Dwight Gooden is tops at 8,854. His second highest printed card is Jeter, 6,511. And then his lowest printed card is his first card, Bob Gibson, 1,205. Now, when you look at Mike Trout, this is also his 10th card. His highest printed card, no surprise, is a card it's shipping right now. It's card 100, the Blake Jameson Ben Baller collaboration, 74,862. His second highest printed card is the Ben Baller number 51, 34,950. And you see how Ben Baller got his name attached to both cards. That's a smart move there. And then his lowest printed card is 2009-11, the very first card he released, which is the Ermsey. And now this is going to be an interesting combination. You have Grotesque, which is the lowest printed artist, with Mike Trout, the highest printed athlete. Where is this card going to fall? You'd say the numbers will say right in the middle, but we'll find out. But when you look at the favorites of both, on Grotesque, my favorite is the Ichiro. That is still a card that stands out to me of all of his cards that I like the most. I do also like the Bob Gibson. I like the pink of it, but for right now, I'm sticking with the Ichiro. And then on Mike Trout, I can't decide right now if it's Natural or this Grotesque. Back to back, both favorite artists for me have dropped their Mike Trout card, and I'm not the biggest Mike Trout fan. He actually can't really stand him as a Mariners fan. He crushes us every single time when he's here in Seattle or even in Anaheim. So it's tough for me to root for Mike Trout at times, but I would think either Natural or Grotesque are going to be my two favorites right now. But I'm curious, in the comments below, what are your favorite Mike Trout, Grotesque, and Gregory Siff, along with Willie Mays cards right now in Project 2020? And speaking on the Ermsey Trout, I'm going to do a collector highlight here, and this comes to us from Elick, and he has a complete Ermsey Trout with both of his companion cards coming signed. He bought the base ones, and they both came signed. So incredible luck there, an incredible Ermsey collection overall. So thank you for sending this over, Elick. And if you want to get your collection highlighted on this show, reach out to me on Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, or email me, chris@CRTSportscards.com. So show news, what could there be? And it is very simple and straightforward. If anyone has been following me since the very beginning, since the beginning of Furloughed, which I think was around April 12th, I did about a 40-episode series called Furloughed, and then I noticed the traction I was gaining on Project 2020, and then the Project 2020 show was born. But this show, the reason why I have so much time on my hands and can do this every morning is because I am currently furloughed from work. I did, though, get a very good phone call yesterday that says I am going back to work on Monday. So this is going to be the very last week of daily episodes of the Project 2020 show. I still, though, want to sort of continue the show. I still want to continue doing content in some way. I'm not going to have time every morning to do 3 to 4 hours of recording, editing, and posting before I have to go to work every morning. But at the same time, the website is still going to be maintained. The projections are still going to be maintained. The price charts, all that's going to be maintained. What I have to figure out right now is how am I going to do the content on YouTube? You know, I'd still like to do a Saturday show. I would like to do a couple shows during the week. So this is more of a question for everybody here. What kind of content would you like to see moving forward? This whole week is going to be the same, but I'm like, next Monday, there's not going to be a show. Tuesday, there's not going to be a show. Maybe Wednesday, it's so hard to say. But like when I'm thinking about shows here, like on Monday evenings after work, do I record what cards came out, sort of the blow by blow of them? You know, on Tuesday, do I do the same thing? On Wednesday, do I do a video in the evening and I recap the Monday print runs? There are just so many things in flux right now. I wanted to just sort of put it out to the community and see what your thoughts are. You know, even like a Saturday show, there's not really any cards to talk about. So we'll figure all this out. And look, if you've never left a comment below on YouTube, leave a comment. Let me know what you think. What are your thoughts? What do you want to see? I think, you know, if anyone's been tracking the views of the show, you know, the views on the daily videos have been dropping steadily. You know, I used to always have 1,000 views before I put up the next morning's video, and now we're below that. I don't think any of my videos last week got to 1,000 views over a week. So maybe the daily content format is tired and needs to be retired. Maybe this is the perfect break. But I just wanted to say, ultimately, thank you to everyone who has followed along in this journey. From the beginning of Furloughed to the transition of Project 2020, I know I lost some people along the way because I was talking about growing grass in my life, more like a vlog before I knew what a vlog was, and then over to Project 2020. So it's been a tremendous ride. I can't even say thank you enough to everyone, and to think about the fact that I maybe had 100 subs or 150 subs in April, and now I'm talking about having 2,000 subscriptions. I think that's just, it's mind-blowing to me to think of the growth, and thank you to everyone who's followed along in this journey. And look, the website is going to be maintained. The website is the horse, I think, of this operation. Yes, the YouTube video, it's like the pretty carriage. It gets me to where I need to go, but ultimately the website is going to be where you want to go for the pricing charts. I'll do them at night. I'll do them in the morning. You know, the pre-order projections. I'm not going to cover projections today on the show. I'm going to put them on the website here in a little bit. But I just want to keep this as straightforward and say thank you to everyone across the way. But let's get to now my favorite card of the day, and let's talk about this Gregory Siff Willie Mays. But first, if you are not subscribed and you want to join us on this journey of transition when it comes to my Project 2020 show, please hit that subscribe button so you are notified when my next video goes up, because they will not be every morning after this week. And I really wish in my wardrobe I had an orange shirt. I don't have any UTEP shirts. I used to back in the day, but they're mainly blue, and so I just do not have an orange shirt. But this Willie Mays by Gregory Siff is, to me, amazing. It's great. I cannot play Homer with this card or with the Grotesque card. This is my favorite card of the day. And Gregory Siff is now the third artist that I'm going to go after and complete his set. The first couple cards I didn't understand, but as he has transformed the past 5 cards in the set, I really noticed Gregory Siff, and I have enjoyed going back and trying to pick up his earlier cards. So he will be an artist I'm going to add to my repertoire, which is going to be 3 artists and 2 players. But now I've just got to go back and pick up his first couple of cards. But let's talk about Willie Mays and Gregory Siff. So this is Gregory Siff's 10th card. We saw him most recently with the Frank Thomas, and then before that, the Big Mac McGuire. When you look at print runs, he has the Derek Jeter, his #1 card, 48465. And by the way, there are autographs available right now on his website for that card. They are out of, the base one is out of 101, and it's $250. And then when you look at his second highest print card, Bob Gibson, 11,395. And his lowest card is the first card. It's the Brett, 1,227. And rounding out today, we have Willie Mays also with his 10th card. We saw him most recently with Joshua Videz. Before that, the Blake Jameson version. Now, when you look at the print runs, he has 2 very similar. His highest print run is Rochester, 10,568. And his second highest printed card is Sophia Chang, 10,480. And his lowest card is Andrew Thiel, his first card, 1,464. And when you look at my favorites, Gregory Siff, no surprise here, it is Big Mac McGuire. He put a burger on a card, and then he put a hot dog on the Frank Thomas, but I just absolutely love that Mark McGuire. So then on Willie Mays, it's 2 cards here. It is going to be this Gregory Siff and JK5. I can't decide which one is better, but they're both different. They have black and white, and you have a lot of color. So I think they're gonna pair well together. Hopefully you liked the video, and if you did, please give it a thumbs up. And at the same time, if you want more news and notes from me around Project 2020, check out that playlist on the screen right now.